We're recording video.
We're recording sound.
Excellent. It is a grey, foggy day in Saltford.
Carry on.
It is a grey, salty day in Saltford.
Salty day. I thought it was a foggy day.
Trying to be serious here. It is a grey, foggy day in Saltford between Bath and Cornwall. That's not right.
Well, technically it is right.
Yeah. But that's not the word I was looking for.
No, take 4.
It is a grey, foggy day between Bath and Bristol, and we are about to go. Voiceover mode. End.
Deactivate.
Deactivate. I don't know. So it's a great foggy day between Bath and
You're still in voiceover.
Bristol. No, I'm not. This is my normal voice. Between Bath and Bristol, and we're on Saltford,
Saltford.
which it turns out was part of the triangular slave trade because they produced copper goods here, which were taken to Africa by ships, which then picked up slaves, took them to America, where they picked up, of all things, tobacco. Fascinating world. Anyway.
What's that got to do with Saltford?
I don't know. It's just over here. There's a sign over there that says that over here they made stuff that ultimately ended up being sold for people. So, yeah, take a knee. Anyway, welcome to Minimalist. I don't know what we're talking about. This is the problem. I'm just like going on and rambling on. So it's the last day of the push to Saltford. No, we're in Saltford. It's too early in the morning, goddammit. It's the last day of the push to Bristol. And we should be there in about 4 to 4.5 hours.
Which probably means 6 hours.
Which probably means 6 hours.
So I called Bristol Harbour this morning and they said just turn up. When we get to lock 1, which is Hannam Lock, we have to call the next lock, which I've forgotten the name of, to let them know they'll...
Neelam or something like that.
Yeah, to let them know that we're coming and they'll get that lock ready for us or something. So,
yeah. And then we get there and we buy a ticket and we are going to spend 3 nights, we think, in Bristol before turning back and making the push to the Thames.
By the end of October.
By the end of October.
It's cold this morning.
It is cold this morning. So this is lock number 1, the Hannam lock, the last lock on the Canal and River Trust portion of the KENNET and AVON. In fact, the AVON at this point.
The sign on the lock gate to say we've got to phone the next lock and let them know that we're coming. So I'll do that now. And it's a really short lock, so should be out in a minute. So we're at
Newtham Lock.
And we've just bought our licence for Bristol Harbour.
Yeah.
And got the lowdown on where we need some more.
Yep. And we got to get in there and attach our license to the boat, and then hopefully we'll have some more tomorrow. Apparently we can turn the Queen Mary around. Thankfully we don't have the Queen Mary. So yeah. And we actually could apparently go out onto the tidal Avon and go out to the bridge and turn around, and that would be perfectly okay, but she's not gonna let me. All
I'm
right.
not sure you'd do it anyway.
No, I'd totally do it.
Just coming into Bristol, and it's raining.
Before Alright?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's after. This is Bristol Harbour's Junction Lock, the really big shipping lock that is really big, and that's what takes you out towards the Avon mouth and the Severn. Biggest swing bridge I've seen yet. Brunel's other bridge. Basically that back there, that's the Avon below the lock, and you'll notice the mud's kind of low, water's down, and this is the pathway down to the water, and you'll notice basically right about here is where the mud was last night. So yeah, the water does go up and down a bit. It's tidal, that's what they call it, tidal. It's the Clifton Suspension Bridge, otherwise known as Brunel's Bridge. They started building it during his life. It was from his design, and apparently the company that was building the two pillars on either side ran out of money partway through, which seems to have been a consistent theme with a large number of things involving Brunel. And then afterwards, after he died, they decided to finish it, and they finished the tower and drooped this great length of what is actually a chain. It's kind of interesting. Most suspension bridges are made with cables, not chains. This one, these white columns here that go along, are actually 6 great chains made up of individual lengths of steel. It's really quite fascinating. And the fun part is going back up again. So apparently you can't come to Bristol Harbour without seeing Brunel's SS Great Britain, the first ship to combine steam and a steel hull. It's all on offer. Spelt loaf, cheese and onion pasty, veg roll.
It's our last morning in Bristol, and we're going to go for a little cruise, a very little cruise that way, to the lock in the harbour, and then we're going to go back the way we came towards Saltford and our HYDERABADI biryani, which has been booked for lunch. And then we may make it beyond Saltford to Bath if there's no available moorings, but if there's an available mooring, we're going to stay at Saltford. The problem is there isn't very many moorings at all on the actual river. Like, I think we were lucky to get the Saltford one the first time, and we didn't find anything else. I mean, there might be some that we didn't see, but we didn't see anything else between like Bath and Bristol, basically. Oh, there was a few in Keynsham by the lock, but they were chock-a-block. So yeah, so I don't know where we're going to be sleeping tonight. We'll find out when we get there. It's quite early. It is 8 o'clock. George has been for a walk in the park. The engine's warming up after a basic check. How have you found Bristol? I've liked Bristol. Bristol's really cool. It's smallish feeling. Yeah, like you feel like you could get to the edge of the city quite easily, which is nice. Yeah, and the walk over to the suspension bridge was lovely. There's like not lots of little parks, but there's quite a few little parks where we can take George. Throw the ball for George. It's an interesting little place. It's got some nice markets and stuff. It's like the old town's really nice. Yeah, I'm really glad we came in on a boat instead of on a train. Well, more on a car, because like the traffic here is terrible. At least in the downtown core, it's like it's really just constantly stuck.
Whereas on the boats, we had basically no traffic,
Yeah,
except for,
the visitor moorings are empty.
Yeah.
I think it's like end of season empty, and apparently these are getting turned into, or some of these are getting turned into winter moorings on Sunday.
Yeah, literally tomorrow. Yeah, no, I think it was great. I think visiting it by boat is probably the best way because you get to stay
Like right in the centre.
and very cheaply. There's, you know, lots of stuff within close range.
I like the fact that like we didn't even find the chain shops, like the high street shops, but there's so many like independent shops and independent like restaurants and cafes, and
Yeah.
you found the best
pasty I've had, and you know, just lots of really nice
just
little
like a
stuff.
vibe.
The cathedral's gorgeous. It's, you know, it was,
Yeah, it's just really vibrant, and
yeah.
and it was a little bit noisy last night, but not late at all. Like I don't think it was noisy past 11. Well, I fell asleep, so
It's been lovely.
I think George is looking forward to getting back to the sleepy canal. He's not a city dog.
Yeah, he's not a city dog, and I'm not really a city person anymore. But as cities go, I like Bristol. Handmade veg biryani, Hyderabadi biryani, from Prasad, who was really nice, and made it for us. And even though we're 2 hours late, almost, from what I said we forgot, he's still a good guy. It's like we can't present it any better because we had to. So this is a veg biryani, a Hyderabadi biryani, made by a new friend Prasad back at the Jolly Sailor.
Not the salty sailor.
Not the Salty Sailor, the Jolly Sailor in Saltford.
Yeah.
And I keep saying the Salty Sailor in Jollyford, but that's just me and my tongue. It's the Jolly Sailor in Saltford, and Prasad runs it.
And when we went down a couple of days ago, they got talking, and
It turns out he's from a section of southern India that I was near, but was not. He was actually from a city called Hyderabad, and I was never able to visit Hyderabad. And he's from Andhra Pradesh, I believe it's called, the state that is there. And so I've missed the world famous Hyderabadi biryani. And he had to have 24 hours notice because that's the thing with biryani. It's a sort of a pressure cooked dish, and you need to let it go for quite a long time, especially the meat version.
Smooches. So it's I start everything with so.
Time for the 180. We're at the end of
No,
the,
I didn't like that.
No. Oh, also, Hardman. Wallace and Grommeter from here. Cool. The famous smell of dead birds and bat poop. That's the other part of the lock. It's closed. Bag of dog poo.